my my model is working, and I will see against my weather pattern. I'm check. Am I capturing the impact of drought or the impact of irrigation on my crop field cycle? Totally. Depends on study. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
But I just show one more thing, and then I think we should finish. It's been a long day. While I can still speak. Okay, so we looked at static maps and animated maps. The third button is plots. So this is creating graphs. So I'm going to use the channel SD morph. Yes. So the table I'm going to use is channel SD morph mon, because I know that this one includes the output flow. Now I have a problem now. I have some observed data, which is from the main outlet. And so I need to know the channel number of the main outlet, because I've got to compare that values with my observed values. So I need to select the channels, channel reaches file will do, and then hover over that, the channel nearest the outlet. You have to zoom, otherwise it's very easy to get the wrong one because this place is small. And I've got channel 51. You got the same? The channel numbers are arbitrary, so yours might be different.
Keep the channel number to this one. Anybody? Just hover your mouse.
You need to select the channel reaches in the layers panel, and then just hover over the channel. Everybody get 51 or something different? But you need to enlarge the map to do it accurately.
Channel 1.
Because I'm sure when I've run this before, I've got channel 1 there.
She was channel 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So anybody else get any numbers apart from 51 and 1? Okay. Right. It doesn't matter as long as you can calculate, or you can check what number it is. Right. Then what you want to do, in this table, the unit depends on what table you've chosen. So if you've chosen because I've chosen a channel table, the units are channels. If I chose an HRU table, the units would be HRU numbers. And I would have to check them in the same way by picking an HRU map and then hovering. But you're unlikely to look at the output of one HRU. So the unit number will be 51. Probably for me. And the variable I want to use is flow out, FLO underscore out. Right. and then you say add plot, and whatever you've currently got set here, it will put in a line the details for that particular one. All right, so it says it's the default scenario. The table is channel sdmorph.mon. Can't actually see it all there, but it is there. All right, and the variable I've chosen is flow out. And now I have a file of observed data, but I need to get hold of it. So it's in the Robit data set, of course. So we click on this choose a file button for where it says choose the observed data file, just because it's optional. You only need to do it if you want to add it to a graph. So I'm going to find Robit, and there's a folder called observed, and that's got one file in it called observed flow CSV. So if I open that, then it appears in the box, and then you've got a button at the bottom which simply says add observed. So observed doesn't have a corresponding table or a unit, and my observed file only has 2 columns in it. One was called date, and the tool is told ignore any column called date. And the second column was called flow, so it's automatically chosen it. But if there were several other, it is a CSV file, so you could put lots of observed variables in it, and you have a heading line, so it will put all the headings in this menu for you to pick one. Right? And then you say, now I don't want you to do it for a moment because something's going to go wrong. Right? We'll fix it. But there's no point you doing the wrong thing as well. So when I say plot, it says it can't read the chosen period. That's weird. I know the plot data isn't long enough, but I didn't think that was the error message. I have to change that date. The plot data starts at the beginning of 93, but it finishes at the end. Oh, for some reason that got changed. Oh, that's why it was current. Right, you've got to change that to 98. Let me just check that works. So I click plot, and I've forgotten to select the plot type, which is, I'm going to say graph or bar chart. Now it immediately says you should save, I want you to save the data. Right, this is the convenience for me. It's also useful for you because it's going to extract a particular set of numbers out of all the masses of data you've got, which you may want to analyze yourself. Right? So because of that, it says, I want you to give me the name of a CSV file, which gets put into the, oh, that was the message I expected. I'm missing the data for 1998, but I thought I'd fixed it. Oh, I made it 98. I should have made it 97. Right? Because it said I can't find data for January 98. Right? Because in fact, the plot data finishes at the end of 97. So again, it asked me for a file name, I can use the same one. But it's very pernickety. It says, do you really want to use this? It's because you won't be overwriting it. And it produces a graph. Right, do you want me to go through that again? I'll go through it once more. So let's get rid of this graph. So on your visualized form, you need to change the output table to channel sdmorph mon. You need to change the finish date year to 1997. you need to put in, select unit 51 or 1 or whatever it was for the channel nearest the output. And then once you've chosen that and the flow out, work. And then add the observed file, which was in the observed folder. Seems to have disappeared. Why has that disappeared? Oh, that's interesting. Right, so we have the year is 1997 for the finish date. Channel SD morph mon, the first row, first line in the table. It's default scenario, channel SD morph mon, unit 51 or 1 or whatever it was. The variable is flow out. And then we added the observed flow.csv from the observed folder. For some reason it won't show it in this expanded form. Don't know why that is. Right, it disappears when I enlarge it. It is there. And then you click plot. And then you select your output file, confirm you want to overwrite it if necessary, and it produces this form. I'm going to shrink that again. So you get a graph. There are some options here, like you can use it to add or to change the labels, to add a title. You can split it between a line graph and a bar chart. Whoops, no, I didn't mean to do that. So you just switch and then say update, and then it will go to bar chart, because you can put, I mean, you can have as many lines in your table, so as many plots as you like. So if you've got 5 or 6, then a bar chart will be more useful. But you've got the data saved if you have a posher way of displaying time series. It automatically calculates the bottom here, the R2 value and the Pearson value for each pair. So if you've got 5 plots, it will produce about 20 of those. It's 5C2, no, it's actual 5. 10, not 20. And if one of them is observed, it produces the Nash-Sutcliffe coefficient as well, which it does those automatically for any possible pairs. So you don't have to decide which ones you want. It just does them all, and you can take notice of any you look at. It copies all the values that have been used as well. So you can display it like that. Or there are some other plot types. So you can show it as flow duration curves if you want. Or as a scatter plot. If you've got 2 lines only, you can draw a scatter plot. Or you can use get a box plot. Any questions? I think we're going to finish for today. I'm worn out. I hope you're not too tired. I certainly am.
We forgot to take breaks.
We forgot.
We forgot to take breaks in between.
We did, yes.
Yeah, we forgot.
Oh yeah, but you always have to stop me. I have to carry on forever.
Yeah.
Or not twice. By this time of day, I'm starting to get my voice is really starting to disappear.
So any query as of now, like you can have a post theory part or delineation part or anywhere for start.
You want something to do this evening, see if you can do it without remembering.
It would not take this much time.
No, you won't. I mean, you can do the whole thing in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing.
I think with
But the thing is that questions will come to you that you can ask tomorrow. This is your last chance to question me or Aaron. Right? You won't be here often. Well, we'll be here the rest of the week.
The Facebook recording, can we please study?
yes, you will get the recordings. So if you have any question, we are still here.
Yes, if there are any private questions you want to ask.
Yeah. Yeah, if there is anything related to your study, you may ask, like, I would be here 5 p.m., maybe after that also. Anything related to your study, that how you can use SWAT, we can discuss on that one. And in this one, up to here, if you have any questions, ask us. Okay, otherwise you got 1 hour.
I have a question regarding the climate
Yes,
database channel.
climate database.
Yeah, I look at the text file,
Mm-hmm.
but when we go to the SWOT edit first, there are association things like
Yes,
how happen.
okay. Okay. I think I got your question, but let me try to explain. So if you go to the climate folder, so your question is mainly that first thing is that you only see the climate station name,
Yeah.
but where is the data,
Yeah.
right? So if you go to the climate folder, there is 2 files, 2 types of file. One would be, for example, for the precipitation, it would be p3p.txt. Okay, and if you open that one, so that is your master file for precipitation. So in that file, you have station names. Okay, you can have multiple stations, and all those stations names would be under that file, ecp.txt. And it has 5 columns. First column is just